Hey guys, tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We're on Crossroads. Playing phase point down the bottom, we have Retyayre with Ostheer, immediately locked into Jaeger Infantry. On the top side is Boomerwaffen with Soviets, immediately locked into Guard Rifle Combined Arms. Start out with Tier 1 as well, a little bit unusual to see against Ost. In terms of rankings, where were they at? Retyayre mid-30s, Boomerwaffen around about 50.
We have a fresh grenadier squad. Infantry contact.
Alright, first little engagement. I think Retyayre is trying to set up a machine gun positioning with the sight from the pyos, but the combat engineers did manage to wriggle free, but did get suppressed in the end, so decide to retreat. Penal's forcing back the grenadiers here. Wire out in the middle, try and stop some sandbags coming up there later on. I was having a little bit of trouble getting properly behind cover. It can often happen with these shrubs. Kind of got like 2 or 3 models in front of the bushes. He's looking a bit better now though. Let's try and shoot the grenadiers that are out in the open, even though they're a bit further away. But the model drop's not going well for Boomerwaffen. Cannot drop a model here, but sometimes that can be alright in the early game before healing comes online.
The new grenadier squad is ready.
Yeah, looks like Boomerwaffen's bringing the numbers in here. Combat engineers and second penal coming up. It looks like he's going to try to do some back capping with that low health penal. But Retyayre is bringing in the reinforcements as well. Got 3 grenadiers out on the side. Penals do make their way over to the heavy cover, so they're going to be tough to dislodge from over there. Maybe needs to reposition like a little bit more off to the side. So he's probably got 2 models out of cover over here. But he's pretty slow to connect his fuel on Boomerwaffen with this capture order. You can see the models out of cover. They did end up dying pretty quickly there, like I was worried about. You have to pay attention to the cover. It does matter quite a lot. So 3 penals for Boomerwaffen. Pretty standard stuff if you're going for penals. Could go for another, conscript, maybe get some mergers happening. Maybe a little bit cheaper in anticipation that you might get some guards once you hit 2 command points. So that merge potential is quite good. Looks like Boomerwaffen going to try run around the corner on the machine gun here. The threat of the satchel is all... oh no, Retyayre. He jumped us out of the building, but he forgot to hit retreat afterwards. Now Penal's got a bit of chase down opportunity. There's some negative cover along here as well. Ooh, that's a costly mistake. That is a very, very painful way to go. And combat engineer right there for the Reaker as well. So the Penal, full strength, can now sit on this cutoff. Tier 2 going up for Retyayre. And a fast 222 is how you can fight back against these penals, because if you force them into the PTRS upgrades to deal with the 222, then they're just so much worse against the grenadiers. Speaking of the grenadiers, they're kind of getting bullied here. You can see these trying to get maybe like a little bit of light cover or something alongside of this shrubbery, but I don't think it's working from this direction. These situations could maybe like come around. There's a bit far to go, but you can get to this heavy cover position over here. Go for a wraparound. So he's going to sneak his way into the building here. Oh, did get suppressed on the way inside. LMG popping. Penals do have the 3 of the satchel again, but I think I'd wait until he's starting to throw it before I'm getting out of there. With the LMGs not in range of the MG, kind of looked like they were, but alright. Ooh, Grenadier died over here? Well, that's very costly. Some retreats here.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Coming out to the combat engineer. Did plant a mine there, but I don't think the 222's hit it. It might hit this one, though.
You have a use for these. Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Nope. Kind of just on patrol. Already got healing bunker down. So maybe the next purchase could be a sweeper. Couple comm engineers. Do have to worry about the mines, and Boomerwaffen's planted quite a few of them by now. Guards now for Boomerwaffen. No tier 3, so he's going for extended infantry play. Oh, the mine. Not quite happening. The 222 came forwards like slightly further. I think his autocannon will be getting much better hits past that heavy cover. We do kind of have guards moving their way into the intercept path. Might be worried about that. It's the mine, has to retreat. There's some negative cover here as well. Guards. Thought they would be a bit more aggressive, trying to run into the retreat path of the Grenadiers to look for the squad wipe. Okay, that's a smart play from Retyayre, dropping the smoke. Stop this Penal from being able to chase. Very close call on that Grenadier. But yeah, I think if the guards like kind of ignored the 222, just ran forwards and then just shot them closer range, the whole retreat would have been the better option there. Pies versus combat engineers. Trying to see if these guys have the flamethrower upgrading or something, but no.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Right now, map control looking really good for Boomerwaffen, and because the pies are occupied fighting against this garrison, they're not available to repair the 222. So Boomerwaffen's going to march his way back down onto this cutoff. For Retyayre, though, this side of the map is far more open. Still in that stage of the game where maybe popping up flares, don't want to be spending your munitions on that, even if it was available. This does not go well. The guards just ripping through that Jaeger command squad. 222 finally getting some repairs now. I would say that, you know, if you know where the guards are, in this case it just revealed itself on this side of the map, it would be safe for the 222, even on, like, you know, third health, to come out here, try get rid of the penals. Because you would guess that Boomerwaffen probably, you know, having gone for 3 penals, guards, having to reinforce that stolen machine gun, probably wouldn't have the manpower spare to tick up to tier 3 and build a light vehicle. It's probably just gone for like a tier 4 rush type strategy. And when you're this far behind, sometimes you have to like take a bit of a risk. Something like that. So we can see Retyayre's decided to build a mortar. I suppose that could help him in the, you know, slower paced cover-to-cover fights and against the stolen machine gun. Do you think maybe he needed to build another machine gun himself, though? It's like typically a pretty good counter to penals and guards, being able to suppress them. That's what I'll be looking for first. Got some smoke down, but a little bit too slow. And no dodge on the grenade. Pretty good hit from the mortar, though. Kind of looked like it auto-fired on one, then barraged on the other. And those double shots gone. And the guards hanging around here actually got surprisingly low. 222 going for the chase down. There's a wipe opportunity here for sure. Not a bad go at the moment. But yeah, there we go. Picks them up right on the doorstep. Right at the stage where maybe Retyayre would consider not chasing any longer because those base MGs doing some pretty nasty damage to the 222. Looks like he's going to avoid the mine. If the mine was on the other side, could have been lights out.
Now we can see the enemy has broken our supply lines.
See, Retyayre does seem to be using that tech with the auto attack into barrage style. Trying to get those double taps going, and the sweeper pops at a nice time. Looks like he attack grounded to clear off that mine.
Germany now holds the victory. Our opponents are seizing a sector. Taking fire! The territory is out of contact.
Always could be the end of the 222. Yeah, okay.
Additional resources are now available to your commander.
Yeah, they got all three. It's not just like a drop PTRS from the guards. It's an upgraded penal. They just rattle off enough shots. That must have been like absolute max range. 222 ends up going down. Okay, he's going for a KV. And this is going to be a really fast one, like 13-minute KV1. Just shows how strong Boomerwaffen's map control's been so far. Kind of needs to get his sweepers out to this side as well. Retyayre building some more grenadiers meanwhile. The problem with grenadiers is that he needs munitions to upgrade them for them to be competitive. And he just doesn't have the map control to make that happen, which is why I still think the machine gun was the way to go. Don't need any munitions to make that better, though he could with ambush camouflage. Okay, replanted the mine and it's going to get swept again. But the next purchase for Retyayre is going to need to be a pack. Don't know if he heard this getting crushed in the fog of war. But yeah, he starts up the pack. Does not have the pack build time bulletin, which I do think is one of the better ones. Just able to build packs reactively so much more quickly. Doesn't have the Faust range bulletin either, which I think is like by far the best bulletin in the game. He's upset about his MG loss.
Our territory. The pack gun is ready for orders.
As one of the benefits of Code 3, you can retreat from inside of the building. Alright, pack hitting the field. Overall, the VP situation is actually not looking too bad for Retyayre. I mean, it's classic Crossroads. It can be pretty hard to set up the triple cap on this map. So even though he's resource starved, the VP situation is not looking too bad. And if you can get a second pack out, he can stabilize just fine. This is perhaps where the KV is a bit worse than like a T-34 because rotating from side to side it's a bit slower, though shrug off the pack hits a bit better. Bouncing both of them, that's a great start. And you can see Retyayre, Boomerwaffen really focusing on the fuel, but I think at this stage he's got enough to build any vehicle he wants that's not connected to his enemy's base in any way. Should be prioritizing the VPs over connecting a fuel point. Just does not need the resources himself.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
The strafing run here. This could maybe find an opportunity to use it. Second pack about to pop out for Retyayre. Get a rifle nade. Really nice connection on the MG. This be Retyayre's time to reclaim it. Didn't chase with the Jaeger command squad. Needed to chase, you know, those G43s that have got such good moving performance. A real shame not to see him make a move after that grenade. Could have been his golden ticket back into the match. Looks like Boomerwaffen's going for another KV. Definitely the safer option would be to build a Katyusha instead. And just try and blast away at the team weapons with artillery. You know, 2 KV1s can be very tough to stop, just like charging forwards.
The sector has been cut off.
But it does leave opportunities for things to backfire, and Retyayre does have a lot of Fausting units. So if you can get engine damage on these KVs, then that's often a death sentence because they move so slowly.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Beano's on the chase down here. You can see these Greeniers, they are struggling against the vetted up penals. Without the LMGs, they are impotent. Just trying to get a Faust off. Boomerwaffen fast enough dodging backwards. He's got a big repair bill waiting for him out the back. A lot of time. I say this is maybe, I don't know, maybe it could work out. Sending like his strongest greenie out to this side of the map. I suppose it could probably win any like one-on-one. Might help him reclaim territory out that side, but at the same time he kind of needs the firepower on this side of the map to fight back. And reclaim some map control. This can be the phase where these penal squads start to bleed your manpower a lot as the Soviet player. Even though, you know, at tier 4 they do get a bit of a discount. Still a lot more expensive than a 7-man conscript to reinforce, that's for sure. But Boomerwaffen's just about there for his next unit. Haven't seen him use a single strafe, and when you got like 500 munitions, you might as well just spam them. Retyayre accidentally exited cover there. I mean, exited the capture circle to enter cover. So KV's coming down this way. Gets the decap off. A little bit risky, clumping up on cover. Boomerwaffen is scared. Maybe he doesn't have an idea where the packs are at the moment. So he's bringing through the strafe. He definitely knows where this pack is. Tries to sprint backwards. Doesn't go too well for Retyayre, and this could be the end of the Jaeger command squad. No. Bit of a lucky escape. This Retyayre's penal can't really do too much. Might still have enough to win this fight though. To use vet. Oh! Okay, there goes another squad for Retyayre. I mean, now for Boomerwaffen. KVs are doing alright. This one's got 7 kills, this one's got 3. He is managing to get the triple cap going. Retyayre is going to need to make a move here and fast. So he's going to go for tier 3.
Your efforts. We are down to 200 points.
But even after ticking, I suppose he could build a Stug. This might actually be the time and the place for the Stug. Just a bit of penetration to help get through the KV's armor. Not really that much of an infantry threat from like Ura anti-tank grenades to slow the Stug down. This might be Stugging time.
Grenadiers reporting. Rely too much on machine guns.
Okay, command squad sprinting into cover. And keep the pressure high on the machine gun. Katyusha barrage. Talk about it all the time, but generally I'm not a huge fan of trying to target Grenadiers with the Katyusha, because once they got that Vet 3 damage reduction, the individual 80 damage rocket of the Katyusha is just so much less likely to get model drops. And surely the much better play will be to try and bait the location of the packs with the KVs and then Katyusha them. And then you can kind of force like a checkmate scenario where the packs need to stay set up to deal with the KVs, but they have to dodge from the Katyusha. It's just a lose-lose situation for Retyayre. But there we go. The Stug is online. It's coming out to this side.
We are losing a sector.
So it's going to go head on into the KV. The KV's chasing down a Grenadier looking for a wipe. Penal gets wiped though. Boomerwaffen maybe testing the limits of his multitasking capabilities. Trying to do a bit too much. Now he's down to just one penal BTRS. He's still got a lot of resources. Can easily afford to, I'd say, like build 2 guard squads or something. Okay, he's going to finally sweep off these mines. Yeah, this is always a good plan. Like if you know that the enemy's vehicles are kind of low, you're not under much of a vehicle threat, using your team weapons to do some capping while you cap a bit further up with some screening troops. Oh, the Stug missing a crucial shot there. Retyayre's penals applying a bit of pressure to it as well. The Stug's got, you know, maybe better penetration chance than a Panzer IV. KV's still got some pretty sturdy armor. But the clock has stopped, so that's the main thing for Retyayre at the moment. He's so far behind on the VPs and seems to be stabilizing on about half the map, largely because Boomerwaffen just doesn't have enough capping infantry. Finally gets in that another squad of guards now. See Retyayre using that double tap from the mortar again. Oh, okay, well there we go. This time the Katyusha onto the vetted up Grenadiers, working out really nicely. Gets the squad wipe. A couple of pack shots.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Ambush camouflage, ready to roll. Good, just about repaired back up again. Attack ground's missing though. The second pack retreated to base, but hasn't been reinforcing. It's quite far away from the mid bunker as well. Go for a second Stug. I honestly think it's a great choice. And it looks like he's kind of trying to bait the KV-1 into this Talamine here. We'll offer him going fishing. Oh, he does end up just clipping it on the edge. And that should be an easy kill. The PTR's penal is coming up though. If he bounces 2 shots here, the Stug might have to give up. Oh, wow, that's a good string of penetrations when it counted the most for Retyayre. Nice Talamine. Good bait as well, kind of like soft retreating the Pyos. Encouraging the KV to chase. Classic baiting into a mine. Boomerwaffen immediately rebuilding the KV. Katyusha's ready to fire again. Fighting up against 2 Stugs though. I don't know if Boomerwaffen's noticed this is a fresh one. Doesn't have any veterancy, doesn't have the machine gun yet. Boomerwaffen may have to consider going for his own source of anti-tank now. Maybe an SU-85 instead of the KV. Command squad trying to hold their Faust for a little bit, hoping the Stug would penetrate another hit to guarantee the engine crit. Doesn't quite happen. Retyayre have a good string of penetrating hits there against the Stug. He's closing in for a sticky satchel, and Retyayre's not paying attention to this. Oh, where the penal takes massive casualties to the own sticky satchel. KV's coming back in. The Stug is no more.
We have lost a panzer.
I don't know what's happening there for Retyayre, but didn't dodge that sticky satchel at all. He did try to make the best of it. Inflicted some damage onto the penals with that explosion, but still a bad result. Hold on, when did the guards die? Did I miss the guards dying during that action? Oh no. Okay, here we go. KV's making some plays. Pack having to rotate. The Katyusha is ready to fire still. Okay, here it comes. But I think it's going out on the base entrance, not onto this one. Okay, gets hit with the target weak point. Stugs in hot pursuit while it's stunned. KV off to the side. I think the Stug still needs to penetrate twice. The big misses there from the KV though. Oh, and Katyusha did get the decoy on the pack. That's something. Got a little bit of weapon health damage to it. All counts. He's still draining for Retyayre down to 124. But definitely army sizes have been stabilizing. He's just about there for another unit, which would kind of bring him to about level. Well, level with Boomerwaffen's current population, but he's going for another KV.
Capturing supply sector.
Has engaged the enemy.
So yeah, after your machine gun reveals itself like that, have to immediately get on the dodge to avoid the mortar. Need to keep moving a little bit longer, but looks like Katyusha's going to target the mortar. Bad scatter on the first volley. I mean, that wasn't that far of a barrage. I think Boomerwaffen getting kind of unlucky there. Retyayre has been planting a few telemines. Just waiting for those KVs to make another push forwards again. Retyayre's decided to go for another P4. Let's do another Stug. Oh no. Command Engineer's dead. Boomerwaffen a little bit slow to react. Does have his other KV there, deterring the Stug. We're going for a chase down. This other KV's also just about facing the wrong direction though. And the Stug having a good string of penetrations. This KV needs to get out of there. A lot of misses, bounces. It's going well for Retyayre. This KV's coming in hot though. It gets spotted by the Jaeger command squad. And that gives a bit of early warning to the Stug. Boomerwaffen going for an attack round there. Oh, now he's got engine damage and the Stug does have the range advantage here. This is maybe, a really good idea. Popping up a flare to provide vision for the Stug, long range vision. So he can snipe away with his range advantage. So Boomerwaffen bringing in his other KV to try and help with the escape. The KV's in trouble itself now though. Retyayre's Penal having to retreat. The undamaged, engine damaged KV goes down. Before's blitzing in, Stug right behind it. Definitely a bad string of bounces here for Boomerwaffen. Both of these tanks got to half health and then haven't taken a single point more damage. But things come right for him at the end here. He bounces 2 shots. Stug dies, KV survives. Cruel twist of fate there for Retyayre. Unable to finish the job. If he got the kill on this here, that probably would have been lights out for Boomerwaffen. But definitely Retyayre is stabilized. You can see after he pushes these 2 units out, he's going to have more units than Boomerwaffen, more population. So he's turned the corner here. Just about whether Boomerwaffen can retake the advantage. And to do that, I think he's probably going to need some good Katyusha barrages. And there's still, remember, this pack waiting to be recruited out here for Retyayre as well. But I think you guys can see the perils of trying to use KVs if you don't have support. If you don't have an SU-85, if he just had like an SU-85 instead of one of these 3 KV-1s, that would have got rid of both these tanks so easily. See Retyayre popping off a lot of rifle nades here. He doesn't have that much munitions. Retreating early with the guards. Doesn't want the P-Greens coming into the retreat path and maybe lobbing a grenade, getting a wipe on retreat with that. He should maybe be worried about this Penal in a similar circumstance. Here it goes. A little bit early though. Okay, KV's healthy again. He's going for another one. He's undeterred by the current string of results. Bit of friendly fire there on the Panzer IV. Katyusha just about ready to fire again. He's got to be careful though. He's pretty close to the trees. I could definitely imagine some rockets colliding into those trees if he tries to barrage from there. to move backwards like a little bit.
Our points have fallen to 300.
Okay, KB coming in from the side. And missing.
A KV-1 heavy tank is on the field.
Do not shoot! The enemy has our range!
13 kills now on that mortar. And Retyayre is definitely busy with it, you know, he's active with the barrages. Using the double taps. Couple of pretty good volleys from the PTRSs though on the penals. This falls out for repairs for some time now. And Retyayre is maybe going to be back on the drain here. He's still over 100 points, but... Ooh, I think the Katyusha targeting the mortar catches the repairs back there. Decrews the mortar. He does a little bit of chip damage to the tank as well. Mortar still available to be recruit. Still got that pack back there as well for Jaeger. She's probably going to need again because he's up against 3 KV-1s. Boomerwaffen still being a bit too stingy with his munitions. Should just be spamming these strafes. Nearly 1,000 munis now. Now that he's kind of lost his grasp on the game as well. He hasn't been planting mines anymore. Only got the one combat engineer for repairs, and so it's constantly tied up. Doesn't have time for the mines. The guard's probably on a bit of negative cover there, even though it's not showing. Popping the button. KV's coming in from the side. There's that telemine there. Oh my god, the camera. That's a good strafe. I think the Panzer IV kind of absorbing some of the hits, so not much went on the pack. I reckon if the Panzer IV wasn't there, the pack probably would have got decrewed by that. Ooh, just about friendly fire killed his teller. Which could kill quite a few penal models. If it went off, it might actually be kind of good. Terrace is up here. So they want to kill off the mortar. Light artillery barrage on the machine gun. So Boomerwaffen happy to get out of there though.
Situation. 100 points remaining. The enemy is taking our territory.
Okay, Boomerwaffen holding strong here, but as I said, he doesn't really have the anti-tank firepower to rapidly get rid of Retyayre's vehicles. So we really need that SU-85 punch out the back. It's kind of at the mercy of RNG with the KV-1's kind of bad penetration chance and just bad mobility overall. Not really doing too well in a lot of these scenarios.
We are losing
4s. Maybe you're looking for a squad wipe on the combat engineers. Doesn't happen. You can see Boomerwaffen's got so much repairing he needs to do now. Only has the one combat engineer. The last couple of Katyusha rises. Oh no, there was that other one that was good on the mortar. Feels like it slowed down a little bit though on the Katyusha. Retyayre's in control at 2 points. Got a machine gun. Fresh one. Set up pointing on the mid VP. I like cover here. I could imagine these guys maybe getting the decap off. Decides to retreat there. I don't know if that was necessary. Well, this is a good angle for the PTRSs. Getting the Stug pretty low. Got 2 Panzer IVs to work through though, and the skirts on this one out the front. Oh, that's just so much bleed. Why is he staying in this fight for so long? That's an ugly loss, man. That is an ugly loss. Just doesn't even have like that many units he needs to be microing right now. I don't know how he could lose a squad up there. You know, if you're fighting like 3 fights all over the map and everything's going crazy, sure, but there wasn't very much else happening. That a very painful loss indeed. Second time the machine guns reveal itself, the Katyusha has had enough. Pretty quick reaction from Retyayre. Reacting to the sound on it, but still took some damage. Now we've got a second Stug for Retyayre. He's really turned the corner. He's up to just about his population limit. He'll probably recrew the pack if he doesn't have stuff fully reinforced.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Okay, here we go. Strafe out the back. Does some pretty big damage. The pack just surviving though. Stug charging ahead. KV's just missing and bouncing. A bit of a bad run. Okay, Stug getting a little bit low. PTRS a bit of damage. KV doesn't chase around the corner. Might have been able to get the kill on the Stug because it's got less than the full 640 health. PTRS damage might have added up to enough there. Just 3 hits from a regular tank. Jaeger command squad went down the middle. Now Retyayre's the one who needs to do a lot of repairs. But so do the KVs, and he's reluctant to use them while they are in trouble like that. Okay, he's pulled this back. Can reinforce from the other side. That can be the advantage of building your base structures towards the sides. You can kind of like reinforce through the blockers. Okay, Katyusha, I think going after the machine gun again. Slower to dodge this time on the MG. Still gets away just fine. And now Boomerwaffen's starting to get a bit scary on the VPs for him. He's still above 150, but it's been triple capped for a little bit at some stages. He's in control of the middle right now. See, Retyayre's got another Stug queued up after he lost that Jaeger command squad. Stugs, they are a little bit cheaper on population as well. So you can fit more of them into your army than the Panzer IV. And they are pretty well tuned to deal with the KVs. Especially in this particular circumstance where the KVs are not backed up by an SU-85, which can then ordinarily just thump away at the Stugs from range. Okay, that's a big decrew on the pack. Good stuff for Boomerwaffen, but a big hit from the Panzer IV gets the guards on low. Looks like Boomerwaffen wants to get something happening here. He's probing from some different angles. Okay, Retyayre's going to be the one coming in. He goes for a triple hit. KV-1 in the middle, getting low. Pack could be recruised by the Pyos, maybe. Okay, the anti-tank strafe's coming through. You don't see this too often. Boomerwaffen doesn't dodge it at all. Loses his KV. Katyusha barrage. Might... Oh, does finish the job on the Stug. It's a bit of revenge. He's coming in for more. He's trying to attack round through the blocker. KV's waiting on the other side here. Rear arm exposed, but the Stug's not very good without the turret in this area of the map. Too easy to juke them around the corners. One Stug goes down there. KB with its rear armor showing. Could probably just pivot on the spot. Looks like the KV's going to back away and survive. So is the Panzer IV blitzed away just in case. But Retyayre's the one capturing the map. Even though Boomerwaffen's got the larger army right now. She's still not able to fire. MG's got some nice suppression down on these guards. I see Boomerwaffen seems determined to come into the middle where all of the army is, but if he just came out to this VP, he'd capture that with ease. I don't know what he's thinking here. That's the problem. Maybe he's not thinking, he's just acting. There's the Katyusha targeting the tanks. Got a couple penetrations. Gets the Panzer IV kind of low actually. Got another Stug hitting the field now for Retyayre. Boomerwaffen's MG sneaking in. There's still got quite a lot of health on this building. Usually it's flattened by now. In a 50-minute match. Okay, and Retyayre has taken the lead now with this triple cap lasting for so long. Light artillery barrage as well as a rifle nade. Boomerwaffen needs to get out of there. Pretty slow reactions. Fatigue setting in on this very long game. Still got the pack up there. Maybe Boomerwaffen could like steal that. That would be big for him. If he had the reliable long-range firepower to deal with the Stugs, he'd be in so much better of a position. Oof, if he got a button off on that Stug, it probably would have died there. It's pretty long range though. He's really wanted to get the cap, but they don't, and that Panzer IV's got a nice rate of fire at Vet 3. Ends up getting the squad wipe. He's going for a creeping barrage this time round. Oh no, he's not. Reposition, but not really far enough forwards. Still ends up taking quite a lot of damage. Okay, the button. Where's the button? You're going to lose this now. Panzer IV's in hot pursuit. Wow, some really good RNG on the main gun of these P4s. KV's going in. Oh, but it bounced.
We have been reduced to 25 points.
Oh, got the kill on the Stug, one of them. Another one's still chasing in here. As if it was blitzing, maybe looking to get onto the rear armor. Doesn't even need to. Gets through on the front eventually.
The enemy is about to defeat us. We have only 10 points remaining.
Well, 10 points, and with the triple cap going, is nothing Boomerwaffen can do at this stage. Well, I think Boomerwaffen, you're determined to not build any SU-85s, just building KV-1s, but does have some drawbacks. Just don't have that long-range, reliable penetration to deal with the medium tanks of Retyayre. So the KVs weren't as effective as they could be, doing what they need to be doing against infantry and just meat shield, instead of having to actually rely on them doing damage. Some really close engagements. Would like to see Boomerwaffen spam this a little bit more. Maybe use button a little bit more. But he got off to a really good start. Some nice engagements. Planted lots of mines early on. Gave Retyayre a really hard time. But yeah, just a few too many squad wipes. Causing them to fall behind a bit too much on map control towards the tail end of this one. And then maybe getting a little bit of tunnel vision fighting over here instead of going for the easier caps elsewhere on the map, where there are fewer defenders. Well, anyway, guys, a wrap on that. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.